There's a new James Bond movie coming out this week.
Are the rumors true? Are Gwen and Blake really dating?
That and more on this week's episode of Cronkite Cut. I'm Austin Miller.
And I'm Jade Nicole Yvonne.
Let's get to it. Justin Bieber opened up about his family relationships in an interview with Billboard magazine this week, stating that over the past 2 years, his relationship with his mother has been, quote, pretty non-existent. He blamed their deteriorating relationship on his headline-making behavior a few years ago, including when he was arrested for a DUI in Florida last January. He said he was ashamed of his actions and knew she was disappointed in him, so he remained distant. But the two have recently talked, and Bieber says they are currently working on mending their relationship. He said, quote, she's living in Hawaii now, so it's hard, but it's getting better. We spent some time not talking, so it takes time to rebuild that trust, end quote. What do you think? Are you happy to see Justin finally making a comeback from those rough times? Tweet us at Cronkite Cut and let us know.
Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton are dating. They've been flirting on The Voice for some time now, and they were spotted cozying up to one another at some Halloween parties in LA. He even took Stefani as his date to the after parties preceding the Country Music Awards, where he was nominated for numerous awards and performed. Both Stefani and Shelton are newly single, and Miranda Lambert, Shelton's ex-wife, who he was married to for 4 years, was at the CMAs as well this past week.
Is this it for Coldplay? The band revealed that their 7th album, A Head Full of Dreams, will be released on December 4th, but hinted it could be their last, with frontman Chris Martin describing it as, quote, the completion of something. The first single, An Adventure of a Lifetime, was released on BBC Radio November 6th. They said this album will be more upbeat than the last, Ghost Stories, which focused around Martin's split from Gwyneth Paltrow. He also said last year to BBC that, quote, it's our 7th thing, and the way we look at it, it's kind of like the last Harry Potter book or something like that, end quote. Would you be upset to see this chapter in music close? I know I would be.
Are you a fan of Saturday Night Live? What if presidential candidate Donald Trump was a guest star? Would you still be tuning in? Juan Escalante, campaign manager for the immigration reform group America's Voice, says no, and he has gotten 500,000 people to agree and sign the petition for NBC to revoke Trump's invitation to guest star on this weekend's Saturday Night Live. The National Hispanic Leadership Agenda has already asked NBC to revoke their invitation, but NBC has not made any moves that suggest that they will cancel Trump's appearance. Let's take it to Sunaina for some celebrity news.
From magazine covers to parties to the Victoria's Secret runway, BFFs Kendall Jenner and Gigi Hadid are officially unstoppable. The two recently announced they will be appearing in the 2015 Victoria's Secret fashion show on December 8th. Kendall posted on her Instagram how the news was, quote, the best birthday present ever. I know we're excited to see how the dynamic duo takes over the runway next month. And some more Victoria's Secret news was made last week when Rihanna pulled out of her performance at the fashion show, supposedly because her music is not exactly where she would like it to be at this point in time. But did Rihanna cancel to support her friend Jourdan Dunn? Jourdan was going to walk on this year's runway, but was removed from the lineup once Jenner and Hadid were announced to appear. Dunn was quick to tweet and delete how she's, quote, feeling so much better about not doing BS. Sorry, I mean VS, now that Rihanna isn't doing it also. Ouch, shots fired. But no worries, for Victoria's Secret, they have already announced their new headliner, Ellie Goulding. Performances also include Selena Gomez and The Weeknd. So it should be a great show. I'm Sunaina Tandon, now back to you, Austin and Jade.
So this week in the box office, the new James Bond movie Spectre is coming out, and then they're also releasing the new Peanuts movie, and they're both expected to take the top 2 spots. But what's really interesting to me is that the Peanuts movie, like, it's such a big name, like Peanuts is like a huge franchise, but they went with a really small production company. It's called Blue Sky, and it was just interesting that they didn't go with like Universal or DreamWorks and stuck with a smaller business.
I still think that they'll be, in the top of the box office, even though they went with a smaller company. But let's head to Chancellor with more in movies.
Hey guys, it's been nearly 6 months since Jurassic World made its way to the big screens. This movie was easily a fan favorite, so much so that they decided to make, in the words of DJ Khaled, another one. But hey, if you can't get enough dinosaurs in 2 movies, why not make 3? Yes, it was just announced that the Jurassic World will be made into a trilogy, and the star of the show, Chris Pratt, is set to return on all of them. Speaking of movies with a sequel, Alice in Wonderland has released 2 teaser trailers for Tim Burton's Alice Through the Looking Glass. The cast from the original movie returns for an all-new adventure where Alice must venture back into Wonderland to save the Mad Hatter, played by Johnny Depp. Go check out the barely 10-second teaser and tell us what you think. Is it hot or not? Finally, his name is Bond, James Bond, and you can see it in theaters today. Spectre, the latest in the 007 series, just hit the theaters and is looking to make a splash in the box office this weekend. Now, a lot was invested in this movie because of its large budget and marketing costs, so the movie has a lot of ground to make up. But the film is projected to gross around $70 to $75 million as the widest release for a Bond film. That's all from me. Back to you, Austin and Jade.
Thanks, Chancellor.
I don't know if you heard, but Sam Smith is releasing a new song.
No, I haven't, but Adele's is still my favorite. It's still at the top of the charts.
Yeah, they're both like kind of in that pop soul category, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see like how they do against each other.
With more on music celebs, let's head to Halla.
Justin Bieber is hell-bent on reinventing his image. Over the years, the star has struggled with bad behavior, including DUIs, vandalism charges, and losing the trust of the people he cares about. But he's determined to make things better. Not only is the Biebs making a musical comeback, but he's starting to rebuild his past relationship with ex Selena Gomez. This week, in an interview with Billboard magazine, Justin spoke of Selena with nothing but love, saying, quote, "I'm proud of the woman she is today. It looks like he's really starting to mature." Speaking of interviews, Ariana Grande spent some time shutting down sexist radio hosts this week. Power 106 host asked Ariana if she could only have a phone or makeup, which she would choose, and Ariana was less than impressed. The questions got even worse as the interview went on, and you could tell that she was not having it. Ariana also called out body shamers after one called her a stick and compared her to Modern Family star Ariel Winter. Ariana took to Insta to defend herself, and Winter completely supported her. Talk about girl power. Back to you, Austin and Jade.
Thanks, Halla.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter at Cronkite Cut.
Or you can visit our website at www.cronkitecut.weebly.com.
That's it for this week. I'm Austin Miller.
And I'm Jade Nicole Yvonne.
Thanks for joining us.